Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Antz. We are back in Empires of the Undergrowth. Now it has been just a little while since we did anything. As I'm sure you are all aware, my wife and I very recently had a baby, so I took a little bit of a break. It's been a little longer than I think I anticipated. It's been about 3 weeks since I did anything on the channel, since I recorded anything. So it's a little longer than anticipated, but unfortunately, having a baby in these trying times is actually really difficult. With no family around, no friends around to help you, can't go shopping, you can't go to any groups or classes or any like latch-on groups or swimming groups. You can't go and meet your friends, you can't go and meet your antenatal friends that you made in your antenatal classes. It is really a very awkward time to have a baby. So it has taken me a little longer than I anticipated to get back. So I apologise for that, but unfortunately there's not much we can do about that. It does also mean that there is probably going to be quite a staggered amount on the channel in the short term. Let's just go up here. I'm doing this with one hand, by the way, because the cat's on my lap, so I'm slightly slower than usual to react to things. I haven't got the keyboard at the moment. And because he's been slightly neglected with the baby, I'm giving him some attention while I can. So yes, so it does mean there will probably be fewer videos on the channel. I won't be doing 6 videos a week like I normally aimed to do, although I not always hit that number. But it will be a little bit less than that in the short term at the very least, until we get a bit settled. Oh my god, the cat is shedding so much hair. So yes, thank you to everybody who put congratulations messages on any of the videos or on the message that I put up on Discord or on the YouTube community page. Thank you so much to everyone. It's hugely appreciated. And yeah, apologies it took so long to get back, but here we are. So I'm going to be carrying on with this free play. Now, I did do this free play before the baby arrived, and I said I'd be doing it because that would give me something which was sort of not time sensitive to work on whilst we were waiting for the baby to arrive. Now the baby is here, my time is still quite sensitive. I don't know exactly how long I've got to do anything, so I can't really, unfortunately, start the missions, which might last about an hour at the moment, because I don't know that I've got an hour to spare. So we're going to be carrying on with the free play in the short term and trying to keep it to probably around half an hour. It's the plan. We'll see how that goes, because I'm not very good from the timekeeping, of course. So yes, we started off before, so this is a free play with the leafcutters on Towhead. We've got an objective to hit 15,000 growth, which I think is the highest difficulty for that particular objective. And we didn't really get, well I say we didn't get that far, we didn't extend too far into the world. We only got to about here last time. So, what do we want? We probably want to start thinking about adding these. In fact, what we want to start doing, I think, is growing. We want to add, whilst we've got a fair bit of food, let's do that. Let's extend a nest group, a nesting group, so they actually have a bit more there to help them out. And then we can expand these and have more people gathering food for us. Getting a few nest invasions, which are getting a little tricky, so I'm glad I actually got a few more of these. I only really done the majors because I noticed that we had full food. So we needed to do something to try and use up a bunch of food at once. How's everything else doing? Our waste is doing fine. Leaf stores they're doing okay, I'm imagining that thing that has been devastated, so we'll start moving everyone over there. And then we'll probably have to start thinking about going down here, which we did previously, didn't we? Yes, we had some of that plant before, yes. It's all coming back to me now. Honestly, it's been so long since I even used this PC. I use it to play things downstairs with the controller, but this is the first time in 3 weeks I've used a mouse. It's weird. Right. So we've got another 12 there working in the nest groups. They'll be doing eggs and everything, which is great. I think I'll just do these as an extra... Yeah, that was. Just expand this group here just for an extra bit of gathering. It also gives us some more minims as well, which will help get everything moved around the nest, so it's not a bad idea. And we might have to start thinking about having a group which stays behind to protect the nest if we're going to have nest invasions. Something we might have to start considering. For now, let's send everyone down here. Start gathering stuff there. There's no tiding coming at the moment. Well, there's a lovely big plant over there. That looks super juicy. I like that. So we've actually got quite far. We've had about 1,500 growth already, and it's only been what, 5 minutes or so? At that rate, we might get close to actually finishing it within the short time frame that I have. We'll see how it goes. Ah, see, the water is coming in now, so I'm going to pull everyone back to the nest. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of the one's pheromone marker, and they'll move back inside, and we'll leave everyone else outside protecting the nest, because there's nothing else nearby for us to gather, because the next above ground food is all the way over here, and they would probably try and come along there to get that anyway. Their path would probably take them down into the path of the water, so we don't want to do that. We want to avoid that at all costs. So we'll just leave everyone there. We've got a bit of food in stock, so we'll let the minims use that up and get a bit of leaf growth going. How are we doing in terms of upgrades for stuff? Nobody's been upgraded at all. Okay, so we might need to start thinking about that as well. So I think what we'll do, we'll finish off these majors. If you can just about do, yeah, let's just do it. And then we'll start thinking about making another couple of nests and using them as a... as a defense force. So we'll do them there, which gives them both room to expand as well. They're both close to the nest, if we should need them. I'm assuming the tide's actually gone out now, hasn't it? Yes, of course it has. Of course it has. Where's the path down? I'm very, very confused. There it is. Right, I'm actually going to send them over to this plant, I think. Because it's not much further than that. Well, in fact, let's send them over there. That one is slightly closer. It'd be foolish not to. Foolish not to. So we are out of food. Yeah, we're out of food at the moment. So maybe I shouldn't have built all those majors. Maybe that was a bit foolish. Hopefully we won't get attacked by too many things in the short term. He says immediately getting attacked by at least 2 fairly chunky little bugs. The ones do have their attack off, they do. Obviously, I am super, super tired. Sleep is not something that happens anymore. It's something that happens to other people, so... Yeah, I saw you sneak down there. Where are you going? There's a couple of majors going. He won't last long. Yeah, so I am liable to make more mistakes than normal, I would say. So apologies if I miss anything or do anything which you might see as a slightly foolish thing to do. We're absolutely rinsing this plant. Look, it had 600, it's already down to 200 and something. Our leaf stores should be flying up very soon once all this starts getting back in. And now that they've taken out all the pesky little enemies that are around. Just going to move that slightly to the side so we can actually see the food. There we go. That's actually started growing back some more whilst we're harvesting it as well, which is lovely stuff. These have started growing back some as well, not too much yet, but it's getting there. Leaf stores are flying up now. That's lovely to see. How is though? Our waste isn't great. It's actually a little bit problematic because we can't really expand it much. I could do though. I mean, I don't want to bring it too close to that. I could probably just have I'll have to have another waste store, I think. I think that's what I'll have to do. I liked having it connected to all of those. So if we make like a waste store here. Hopefully it won't break into that. Just because that's getting a little bit too close for comfort. I'd like it to be doing slightly better. Although it is actually going down now, so maybe we won't actually need that. So food is starting to tick up. We haven't broken into there, which is great. I'm very happy about that. So I think we'll start working on our defense force. And these are the ones we'll actually think about upgrading as well. And we'll station those over here, right in front of the entrance, I think. And they'll be on the 5s. So we're going to turn off their food gathering. Not that they're really actually going to get much of a chance to do that anyway. Yep, so that plant has been devastated by our gathering force. We're up to 5,600. It's another 1,600 since the video began, which is about another 5 minutes. So if we've got, say, another 20 minutes, that's going to be about another... So we're not going to quite make it, are we? Because that'll be about another 6,000. So it put us up to about 11,000, 12,000, I reckon. But in theory, that number should go up rather exponentially the more we do. But of course, the things we are building now, this defense force, isn't actually going to benefit us in the short term, because they're not actually going to do any gathering force. They are there just to protect the nest. And it's going to become more and more important as we move further from the nest site to do more gathering as well. Let's do the same thing and just move those numbers slightly to the side so I can see that a little better. Any other large food sources all the way down there? There's a lot of food there, but it's quite far. Is that quite close to the ramp? Yeah, if we had that nest site, which is down here, that could have been very useful. But there we go, that's fine. So night has fallen, so we're going to start seeing some different critters appearing. So this is where our defense force could become more and more important as well. Because if anything, they might not be able to fend off any attacks from inside the nest. But they will be able to hold up enemies and give this gathering force a chance to get back there. And then they can defend the nest. So I am going to upgrade these.
The workers have done all they can to prepare this brood chamber.
And we're going to put down a speed tile. Now we will hopefully expand these to a full 19 at some point, but for now, I don't think that's the most important thing. So I'm going to try and get these up to upgraded as much as I can. That's going to stop that, so I'd actually have to expand and then build speed tiles around, wouldn't I? Let's dig out the expansion. And then let's think, if we do like... And we'd have to do speed tiles all around. Let's just do speed tiles all around. It costs basically next to nothing, doesn't it? And that should... And if we do some choice upgrades around there... That should... There we go. That should allow us to upgrade some of these to level 3s. Perfect. So now we have a full group of level 3s, and we can delete those speed tiles when we no longer need them. That plant has been devastated. They have automatically moved on to the next one, or a lot of them have, not all of them. So if anything, we're actually being too good at gathering. We are destroying everything that's around. We're going to have to start going quite far afield to actually get a decent food source. And basically, I think we're looking... Where are those two large ones? Down here? Yeah, well, they are very far, actually. A lot further than I thought. One of them appears to have disappeared. Oh, no, I was just looking at slightly the wrong place. Oh, no. One of them has disappeared. Okay. Yes, our waste store is really starting to fill up again, so I am going to create a new waste store over here. And we'll put some speed tiles there and there. And as soon as these are built and we are able, we will upgrade them. Try and get as much speed as we can in terms of processing that waste. It'd be nice if we could actually expand that perhaps a little bit more, but we're definitely going to open up this then, and I don't really know what's in there. That's quite tough, isn't it? Got a few more coming down. So they've actually destroyed that other plant as well, so move on to the next one. That one's grown some more back, so we can go for that in a second. And then we're going to have to really start thinking carefully about where we're going to go next, aren't we? Yes, indeed. So this thing is thinking about coming down? I think he would, given half a chance. So maybe we need to start thinking about moving the 5s up to the top, actually. So we've built that waste store. Can't quite upgrade anymore, which is a bit of a shame. Maybe if I just do like those, maybe that'll give us enough. I can see the water is rising, so we will bring everyone back up to the top for now. In fact, let's just pop them over there, shall we? Might as well go and gather something. It's not going to take too long to absolutely destroy that small bit of food, but it'll do. And I'm hoping it's not going to quite be enough at all, is it? Oh, no, it might be. Yeah, it should be. That'll give us that one. Which will give us that one. Which will give us that one and that one. Which will give us that one. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. So everyone is out of harm's way in terms of the water coming up. So that's nice. Haven't got to worry about that. So our waste store has been increased quite substantially now, which is lovely. Obviously, we've destroyed that food source that was there. The next one is quite far away. Right, let's send everyone down here, as the tide has gone. And let's build... And we'll put a little tunnel in over there, so the minions have got a route to the waste store from this nest as well. And then we're going to have to expand this to get more of those speed tiles down. So that thing, I think that plant thing is pretty much almost done. Yes, it doesn't take long, does it? So we'll start heading back over here, where some of these plants have regenerated. But that will also not take very long at all. We need to add those to the 5 group. How is our food? It's not doing too bad, is it? Let's just spend a little bit just doing some very useful things and just getting some speed tiles throughout the nest.
The colony is starving. There's not enough
for long.
food to
It's not.
feed
Calm
the
down.
new brood.
Calm down. I think that's about everything, isn't it? How are we doing? Pretty much done down here as well. We'll split our forces there, I think. Probably should have done those the other way now that I look at the numbers on the plants. Should have sent the 2s over to the big one, but that's fine. Up to almost 8,000. Getting a few more critters trying to come into the nest, look. This is where this defense force is really going to shine. They'll just hold all these enemies off outside, give all these gathering groups a chance to come in and join in the party as well. What's this big red thing? I don't know. Doesn't mean these, does it? They are not large red creatures, surely. Surely not. That one's actually generated some more over there again, look. I don't know if the regeneration on the big plants is perhaps just a bit too fast. We've got a fairly sizable force, 3 groups of 19 stripping them down. And we're almost at the point where we can't strip it fast enough before it starts growing again. It just needs to be tuned slightly to bring that down. Maybe. Maybe. Do you know what? I might turn the food gathering on for the 5s. There's only a few plants there. It's not going to happen very often, and they're not going to be close enough for them all to go at once. But it will just keep a little bit of extra food coming in, so I'm going to do that. That makes sense to me. I think the nest is looking pretty good, actually. Pretty happy with this. I don't know if upgrading any of the 2 group, or the 1 group even, would actually make any difference to the leaf gathering capacity. It would help them fend off some of the creatures, I suppose, wouldn't it? So it probably would be worth doing. So they are starting to get a little bit troublesome now, aren't they? Send the 2s over there just to finish off that one. At the moment we're sort of relying on numbers to really take everything out, and I think having some upgrades would probably really help, wouldn't it? I didn't upgrade any of these yet, did I? No. Yeah, I might upgrade some of these before we do the nest defense group. Work on getting some of those up to level 3, because that'll give us the improved abilities for the mages with the taunt. I think I went for the taunt. Obviously, we are out of food over there, so we'll bring everyone back over to this plant to get that 300. Yeah, these big spiders are being quite destructive. Unsurprisingly, they are quite tough. I think that little one there was stopping quite a lot of food from getting in. I suppose that and the fact that they were just stood there waiting to gather food, because I didn't realise they'd run out. Already, look, that plant's down to half of what it had. It's crazy how fast they are. And then we are going to start thinking about going all the way down here, which is a long way to go. There's a long way to go. But don't have too much of an option, really. A little bit of food in there to start generating some more. Obviously, we lost a few creatures somewhere, which is why our food totals have gone down. Do I need to start thinking about maybe adding these to this group to get some more force coming in? Although they are doing quite a good job over here, aren't they, actually? So maybe not. No, I think they are doing... I think that is sensible having them there. And they are taking care of business, the attack group. The gather attack group, I should call them. There are just a lot of creatures, but it is night time, of course, which is why we're seeing an increased number of critters around. But I think it is slowing our growth a little bit, isn't it? And these guys are suffering because these guys are getting held up by all the other critters that are around, including this little mini whip spider. Yeah, so they're actually all going to perish. Yeah, so right now we are struggling to get much food in because we're not getting as much leaf in as we should be. And the leaf we are getting, which is generating food, is being used up almost immediately to regenerate the creatures that are our little beautiful ants that are being killed in the field. So I'm going to send everyone back over there, so it was a slightly safer area, it seemed. Although this plant is now already regenerating, look. But yeah, our food has just disappeared because we are getting absolutely mullered by creatures.
The colony is starving.
We are starving,
yeah.
yeah.
To feed the new brood.
And all this here has now just completely disappeared, which is a bit of a shame. Could do with that. That there's disappeared as well, so the food closest to the nest is just disappearing. That is not ideal. That is not ideal. Got little trapjaw ants as well, joining in the fun. Seem to be getting some food, or maybe just about coming in, but maybe not. There's a little bit, but it really is just trickling in, and we can't really get off the ground there, can we? This guy's just got stuck down there in a bit of an attack pattern, just falling onto one thing after another. Now we've got a hermit crab coming down, there's another spider there. Yeah, the only things really coming in with anything are the little ants, and even they're going to get caught up in the fighting, given half a chance. This is actually a bit of a problem, I think. This is actually a bit of a problem. We're out of food. Got a little bit being generated. There's a little bit coming in, but we're just going to get stuck attacking these things. And they've got stuck attacking all of this down here. Now the water's coming in as well. Yes, let's bring everyone back. Let's just stick everyone over here, gathering food there for now. So yeah, so that's one thing, is food all disappearing up here. It'd be nice if it was being replaced by something. I wonder if that's part of the difficulty, where the food just starts sort of getting further and further from your nest. So there's another 12 ants we need to actually hatch as soon as we actually get that food in. So let's pull everyone back to the defense of the nest. Let these two just fight it out. Yeah, that'll save me some effort. I'm okay with that. Got a little bit of food there. We are back up to 44, 45, 46. The water's in. Oh, that huge cricket just keeps getting attacked by the... I want to say huntsman, but it's not huntsman, and I'm going to get told off for getting it wrong, but again, I'm very tired. So the water's gone and dawn is rising, which is nice, because it will hopefully stop quite as many of these really nasty critters appearing. So let's jump in there and finish this fight. Oh, another large one's coming. Let's send them all down there. As soon as they finish with this stuff anyway. Because we are out of food now. Out of leaf store, out of food. We're back up to 48. 31 of our workers have died. That'll be this group here. Yeah, we're down to 10 here. But our fighting force is largely back up to full strength. A lot of critters appearing though. Really shouldn't have used up all of that food. I think that was a terrible, terrible mistake on my part. Yeah, and the workers are struggling because they're just ignoring everything and going down there, not fighting anything.
There is not enough.
But then all of the actual main attack force, they're getting held up by the fighting.
The ants must.
Oh, there was a giant mantis I missed as well. Oof. I'm really glad I developed this force up here. I think they are being invaluable, really. Our waste store has really gone down though in the interim, which is something. We're down to... we might not actually... this might be the end of it, you know. Still got no food. Still lots and lots of creatures around. The queen's in imminent danger? Let's pull the 5s back, shall we? That big plant has now disappeared. That spider, I was going to say that spider down there has disappeared, but another one's just run down, look. So we'll leave those guys down there defending the queen. We're now down to 14 attacking ants. We may as well get everyone over here, just gathering this bit of leaf that's there, because we're really not getting anywhere down there. And those 13, thinking about it, that's just those. So we're going to have to turn... we have turned on the food gathering. We're going to have to use the 5s, I think, and send them out to try and get some actual food, because we are basically done at this point. Basically done. Oh, a spider's just run down there. Well, let's just hope there's enough down there to take care of him. He's got into a fight with something. There's not much food there at all. They're not going to hatch much out from that. We don't really have much of an option. Look at all the dead creatures that are around. Look, their body's just slowly sinking into the ground. So the queen is once again under attack. We've lost a lot of our internal ants as well. Now that one's dead. So that's a little bit of food trickling in, but that food is now gone. And there is nothing else anywhere near. So we have to send our forces down.
The queen is in imminent danger.
And nothing's coming down here to attack this. We're going to have to pull everyone back to do that. Let's try sending these guys... Let's try going to this side. Just seeing how they do. I suspect they might get absolutely mullered, but I don't feel like we've got much of a choice right now. Oh my word. Oh, we are done. There is no food up here at all. Let's pull the ones back. No food up here at all, and there are 2 fully grown praying mantises between us and any food. And we have 11 ants. Let's see how this goes. Let's take a little look-see at this, how this final moment is going to appear. These 2 praying mantises sort of melded into each other, look. Oof. Yeah, that is a tall order, is what that is. We're down to 2 ants. Yeah, no, we are done. We are done. I did not think I was going to fail miserably. Ha. Ha. It is sort of just about in time, I suppose. It is up to the half-hour mark, but I was rather hoping that it would be a slightly different outcome, to be honest. Now we're just going to have to wait for giant praying mantises make their way into your nest. They are quite large. I wouldn't have thought they would fit. No, I don't think they are going to, but this fully grown spider is. It doesn't actually fit into the... It just doesn't even fit in the nest. His legs are all over the place. Alright then, so that is the end of the leafcutter towhead invasion. It has failed spectacularly. Huh. Really should have been keeping more of an eye on my food store, apparently, and trying to keep more in there rather than upgrading my forces as much as I did. Interesting. Okay, well, there we go. That's the end of that. So next time we'll start something else. It'll probably be another free play next time, just to try and keep, like I say, the time factor down a little bit. I probably have to try and minimize the length of the videos at the moment, just until I get into the rhythm of things a bit. I also start work next week. I am working from home, but it does mean there are 7.5 hours a day where I can't be looking after the baby. So as it is, it's taken me 3 weeks to find half an hour to record a video. When I have a 7.5 hour work day on top of trying to look after the baby, the praying mantises do work their way down. I really don't know how I'm going to cope at all, but I'll find some way of doing it. 3 praying mantises now. Wow. And that is a...
protect the queen.
He's just eating that cricket. That is a really tall order at the best of times. Yeah. Okay, so gonna leave that there then. I will let the queen just die in the background slowly, which would be a lovely little ending to the video. So let me know down in the comments what it is you'd like to see next time. Like I say, it'll probably be a free play. If you've got an idea or something else that'll take roughly half an hour, do let me know down in the comments. If you would like to see another free play, or almost certainly going to be another free play, so if you let me know what's the objectives, what the context, what the option for that should be, let me know in the comments. It'd be wonderful to see your suggestions. Like I say, my brain's just not working right now, so any help is much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do click the like button. That is obviously hugely appreciated as well. Comment and subscribe, all those good things. Streaming is probably not going to be back in the short term. As I said, I am struggling to find half an hour of time to do a single video, so trying to find like 5 hours to do a stream is going to be nigh on impossible in the short term. So it might be another week or 2 till the streams reappear, so again I apologise for that, but it is what it is. We will get back to a sensible rhythm. When the baby has a bit more of a pattern, it'll be something. Right now it's all over the shop. We have a 3-hour feeding cycle, and feeding takes about an hour and a half. So there's an hour and a half in between feeds where we can have to try and do everything. And that's if the baby goes to sleep, of course. If the baby doesn't go to sleep, then we have basically no time whatsoever, which is why we've been struggling a little bit. So yes, we'll see how it all goes. So no streaming in the short term, so when I do stream, hopefully I'll see you back there. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Empires of the Undergrowth. And as always, thank you so very, very much for joining me.